Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Mahmoud, I'm an Egyptian. So basically I'm going to talk about some stuff about Egypt for you guys who are interested in knowing more about the Egyptian culture. But I'm going to take it with a twist. I'm not going to talk about the normal stuff that are widespread on the internet. I'm going to talk about specific stuff that only Egyptians know. So let's start. In this episode, we're going to talk about trademarks that have become part of the Egyptian Arabic accent. Number one, Kleenex. Of course, Egyptians do not pronounce it Kleenex, they pronounce it Kleenex. But basically, as you know, that Kleenex is not a product, but it's a brand name. But in Egypt, we use it to, talk about any type of tissue. Any type of tissue in the Egyptian accent is called Kleenex, even if the brand name was clearly mentioned on the box, but still it's called Kleenex. So next time when you meet an Egyptian and he tells you, please pass me a Kleenex, and you say, no, that's not Kleenex, that's another brand, don't be surprised. We call Kleenex, everything is Kleenex. Number two, Vaseline.
يا نهار اسود يعني في يوم واحد اخسر البوفيه واخسر تحويلة العمر وجاي لي داير راسك فازلين.
Well, that's surprisingly, because normally when you call petroleum jelly Vaseline, you know that Vaseline is actually the brand name because, for example, in Spain they call it Vasinol. But in our countries we use Vaseline as a genericized trademark in which we just call everything that is put on our hair as Vaseline. So if it's petroleum jelly and it's on your hair, then it is Vaseline, even though the brand name is not Vaseline. It's because Egyptians call petroleum jelly Vaseline. Despite the fact that in Arabic it has a similar pronunciation. It's called jelly al-petrol or petroleum jelly, but still Vaseline is the most widely genericized trademark for this specific product. Number three, Pampers. Of course, Egyptians do not pronounce it Pampers, but we pronounce it Bumpers. But that's another story for another day. But when Egyptians are referring to diapers, we do not actually say, please, I want to buy some diapers, or please pass me the diapers. Or nappy, if you're from England. But in our case, we call everything that is worn by babies and then thrown away as Pampers. Even adult diapers, we call them Pampers. We're just awesome. Gucci.
Gucci, 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 Gucci shoe.
Well, that's not a brand name that you may be familiar with, but in Egypt we are familiar with too much because actually Gucci is an Egyptian brand name that has been in market since 1981. Anyway, Egyptians use the word Gucci, despite the fact that it's a brand name for sports shoes, to just talk about any type of sports shoes. So if someone or Egyptian tells you, oh, nice Gucci's, or Gucci, nice, then you will know that actually he's talking about sports shoes, that you're wearing sports shoes. Even if you're wearing Adidas and you tell him, no, that's Adidas, actually, that's not Gucci, he will just see you like an idiot and he will, so don't go into that, just smile and wave. Okay, you have your Lay's, we have our Chipsy.
الناس بتتغير أول ما تشوف شيبسي، تعزم ما تعزمش، المهم طعم شيبسي ما يتقاومش.
So Chipsy is a very famous Egyptian brand name for, potato chips. So you have your Lay's. In our case, we have our Chipsy. The Chipsy is the number one potato chips brand name in Egypt. But the funny thing is that Egyptians do not only talk about Chipsy when they want to buy the brand name Chipsy, but actually they use, because it's so popular, they actually call every type of potato chips as Chipsy. And due to its popularity, actually Lay's acquired Chipsy maybe 20 or 10 years ago. And now Lay's was acquired by Pepsi company. So now actually Chipsy is owned by the Pepsi company. So don't be surprised when someone tells you, please pass by the Chipsy, please. Yeah, we're awesome. Of course, how can we pass by without talking about the Morning Joe? The thing that wakes you up in the morning and actually gives any meaning to your day. But you didn't know that. That's why I have this video. That Egyptians call any type of coffee that is prepared easily by just pouring hot water, they just call it Nescafe.
مش أي ميكس يظبط، نسكافيه ميكسات 2 في 1 و3 في 1 الميكس المظبوط.
Ohio gozaimasu. Hajime.
Despite the fact that Nescafe is a brand name by the company or the mother company Nestle in Switzerland, but still any type of coffee that's prepared easily by just pouring some hot water in it, or fastly or quick prepared Nescafe is called coffee. This was a mistake. We call it Nescafe. This is going to sound a little bit funny for you guys. You're going to feel shocked a little bit, but actually Egyptians don't call any morning cereal as cereal. We call it cornflakes. Despite the fact that we know that cornflakes is a brand name and it's by Kellogg's and it's called Kellogg's cornflakes. But any type of morning cereal in our country, it's called cornflakes.
ادي الشوفان ادي كورنفليكس ادي كورنفليكس ادي كورنفليكس اهو كده.
If it was Rice Krispies, if it was Cocoa Puffs, we don't care. As long as it's eaten with milk in the morning, it's cornflakes. Don't you judge us. Now, this is going to sound silly a little bit, but Egyptians call any type of tampon or hygiene, women pads, whatever, which are used for the menstrual cycle, we call it Always. Despite the fact that Always is a brand name, but still, any type of, women hygiene pad is called Always. We love our brand names too much. And finally, Nutella. Nutella, I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, any type of spreadable chocolate in Egypt, we call it Nutella. Even though there are actually Egyptian brand names, national brand names, who actually have the same idea, but we call it Nutella, whatever. It's a Nutella as long as it's chocolate, spreadable, I don't care, it's a Nutella. That's Egypt. So thank you very much for watching this episode about the 10 genericized trademarks in Egypt. And please don't forget to subscribe and share and like. And you can browse my whole channel. You'll find other videos talking about science, about culture, about literature. But of course, most of them are actually in Arabic. But most of the videos I have English subtitles in them. So you will enjoy and benefit even though it's in Arabic, but with English subtitles. Thank you very much. See you next time.